All right. Hmm. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna wait just a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else comes in, and then I'm gonna start this. And I'm gonna begin to start talking about the Pythagorean Illuminati and the Armageddon Conspiracy. And it is definitely what you reach when you get to the bottom of the rabbit hole. There's definitely a light at the end of the end of the hole, and the Illuminati, the enlightened ones, are definitely that light. And I found them. So it's ever since I found them, it's been my mission in life and my purpose in life to reveal their true identity and true nature and who they really are to the world. Because part of the Armageddon conspiracy is that the whole thing has been flipped upside down. Like the name of the enlightened ones, the name of the Illuminati was taken and given to the elite, the celebrities, the bankers, the ones that are actually the bad guys that the Illuminati actually oppose. They took the name of the Illuminati, and then with misinformation and disinformation on the internet, we're able to steer people into a false truth about who the enlightened ones actually are, which is definitely one of the, it is the most important thing, because if you find them, you will find the ones that are opposing the ones that are enslaving us, the hierarchy that enslaves us, the old world order, the tyrants, the billionaires, the plutocrats, the oligarchs, the tech bros, all of those people that make up the old world order, which has been in control of humanity. It's really not a mystery anymore, because all the conspiracies that everybody we're looking at and to be true are being confirmed, with the release of the Epstein files, and that's just the beginning. So I just can go to very many different places and talk about very many different things, about like who I am, what I do, like what my involvement is with the Illuminati and with the secret space program. And these things are going to be coming to the light as time goes on, and as disclosure happens, which is happening right now. And we're in disclosure right now, and part of my mission here is to be a the calm in the storm, and be the light in the darkness while all this goes on, because I've been awake since 2012, and when you start your awakening, you begin your hero's journey. And the hero's journey is a very important Gnostic understanding for the journey of the soul. And when I found the Illuminati, uh, they definitely enlightened me to the hero's journey. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess I said something. I said something already that they didn't like because I'm getting like little messages, but um, I guess I'll keep going because I'm talking about the truth. And yeah, since 2012, when I woke up, um, and took the red pill, to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, because it's actually a thing you can do, like a soul can do, is they can make that decision to know the truth or to stay asleep in the dream world. And you know, I decided to take the red pill, and that's when my journey began. My hero's journey began. Started out in the world of common day. This is the ordinary world. It's the everyday, 9 to 5. That it's the monotonous drudgery of the same thing. That it is the matrix, and it's where you are trapped in when you come into incarnation onto this planet, because it's a prison planet. And that's part of the truth with the demiurge, and reincarnation and trapping souls and stuff. And they actually are able to do that through um, knowledge, like keeping knowledge from people and keeping them in ignorance. So they don't know what's going on, or what happened, or what's going to happen. And that's where we are right now as a society, is we're starting to wake up to the things that have been kept from us, the things that have been hidden, and those things are coming up now for the people to face. And this has been like known about, like prophesized, like that this would be the last waltz of the tyrants, like the age that we live in right now. That this would be their final, their their final waltz, and until they were defeated and brought down. And and so we can see that that's happening through all of the releasing of all the different files and stuff. They're being forced to release these things. So that's why they're all coming out. And so it's from my story, like where it began was like I came um, into the world, and I remembered who I was. And because I just remembered, when you're on the other side, there's a river of forgetfulness that you choose to drink of. It's called the river Lethe. And this is actually in Greek mythology, but it's definitely it's there. And those souls that don't want to remember like a lot from previous lives will drink a lot. And the ones that um, you know want to remember everything won't drink anything at all, or drink a very little. So I came in remembering, my lives in Egypt, remembering being initiated in the pyramids, uh, and remember just like my life in Egypt and Atlantis and Lumeria and all of my lifetimes before this one. And I you know, coming into the world didn't stop me from remembering who I was, because that's what it's meant to do. Is like you come into the world and it's just meant to make you forget who you are, and that you're just a number and you serve the system, and that it's the bittersweet symphony that you're a slave to the money and then you die. So that was definitely what I came into into this world, which is what we all come into. But that's the thing, is with mind control. The secret government and stuff has been able to control everybody's minds, because they know that the mind is the most powerful thing that there is, and that if humanity were able to um, know the truth, like that it is actually that mind that creates matter. um, that truth is definitely kept from humanity, because the power that it would give humanity, that's definitely one of the things that the elite know, and they definitely exploit and use it against us. So that was part of my knowledge of being in the mystery schools, is knowing that it was mind that created matter, it was mind that was primary to matter, and that is one of the great secrets of the universe. And the Pythagorean Illuminati work that they came out with in 2016, or actually it was 2012 that they came out with their work, which is 233 books. A communication cell of the Pythagorean Illuminati, their mission was to write these books to get out illumination, which is the secret religion of the Pythagorean Illuminati, which is the Grail religion as well. It's the Grail religion, and this is what they did in their work. That 233 books they wrote about the Grail religion, illumination, and everything contained within illumination, which is the highest supreme form of Gnosticism, and which does actually say that it is possible for any being to become God. And that's actually what is happening, is we are all becoming God, because the universe is a God factory. And like finding them, like my awakening began in 2012, and I had a Kundalini experience, which was when you're from the bottom of your spine, you feel the energy awaken, and it just goes up your spine, and you'll feel it wrap around your spine and go through the chakras, and then it will just go through your head and just like come out. And I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening around when I was 25. And when it happened, I was just sitting there, and then what happened was, all of a sudden, boom, I just felt this like champagne bubbles on the bottom of my spine. It was in my body. It was inner, and they just travel up my spine. My head blew up, like I felt it go in my head, and I just went, oh my God. And I shot out of my seat, and my friend was there, and he was just like, what the hell's going on with you? And that was when I had my Kundalini experience. And then when I had my Kundalini experience, like everything definitely began to change because when someone has a Kundalini experience, they will go from a exoteric perspective to an esoteric perspective, going from the outside to the inside. And that was what happened to me when my Kundalini experience happened. Was I was very I was into the world. I was material into the world, and then I had that awakening, and then that took me inwardly spiritual, esoteric, and then that's when I started studying all the different mystery schools, and I began meditating and began having supernatural, extraordinary experiences, and just one of them being I went out to a lake and went out to the end of it, and there was a dock there, and I just went out to the end of the dock, and I started meditating, and I was there for about 40 minutes. And then when the 40 minutes came, I'd reached a state of stillness, and that's 0 point, and that's what I understand was the purpose was to get back to 0 point and to awaken to 0 point, and I definitely was that was happening to me when everything was happening. So I was at the end of this dock, and then I was there, and then all of a sudden, and in my third eye, I see the all-seeing eye, boom, just pop out, and then it starts blinking at me, and I'm just sitting there, looking at the all-seeing eye, looking at me, blinking, and then I had an out-of-body experience and came out of my body, and I was just floating over a desert, and I could see all the trees, I could see the rocks, I could see the sand, and I was definitely having an out of body experience. You want to call it remote viewing, out of body, whichever you want. I was definitely in the dimensionless domain. I had gone from the dimensional to the dimensionless, the physical to the immaterial. What they which are the two different domains, the world of matter and the world of mind. And so I had consciously crossed the threshold over into the world of mind, where that is actually one of the things that is discussed by the Agrian Illuminati is the Cartesian dualism, which the Cartesian dualism is was thought up by Rene Descartes, the great philosopher, and he was the first one to think of the difference between mind and matter and how it was actually two different things. But obviously contain one thing, but they are two different. Like mind is not matter, and matter is not mind. So that is what Rene Descartes did. And ever since he did that, science and math and philosophy and religion and all of them have been trying to unify mind and matter, quantum physics and general relativity, the immaterial with the material, the dimensionless with the dimensional, all of that. But they have not been able to do that because they only consider one aspect of reality, which is just the what you can see, what you can observe, which is just the dimensional, the physical, and the world inside of time and space. as opposed to the world outside of time and space, dimensionless, and and immaterial, which is the world of mind, which is you know the world where when we go to dream, we that's what we experience is the deepest level of the unconscious in the world of mind. So and this is actually Omega world. This is actually another realm in reality, and this is Alpha world. There's physical and a world of Alpha world, and then the non-physical world of Omega world. And we actually are in both. We exist in both. And actually, Omega world is base reality. It's primary. It's primary to this physical world. That's where everything comes from. The world of mind comes from that. So everything is coming from that, which is the monad. Which every mind is a monad. That's what a mind is a dimensionless singularity, and that's what a mind is. That's why a mind can go in the present, in in the future, in the past. It can go into other timelines, other dimensions, all of that. So that's what a singularity is. So, and the mind is definitely the bridge between Omega world and Alpha world, between the dimensional and the dimensionless. Um, between the two different realms, the two different domains, and this is all explained in the six dimensional cosmology of the Illuminati, where they actually explain, and this is based on the principles of sufficient reason and Occam's razor as well. Which basically says that everything doesn't happen for no reason, and the easiest explanation is the explanation, because science says that everything just magically appeared from nothing. And because all of everything is just based on physical matter. The numbers of science that they use are just the numbers. They don't use imaginary numbers, which is zero and infinity are two numbers that are contained in ontological mathematics, or ontics, which is what the Illuminati's grand unified theory of everything is. And I mean, this is a lot of, it's all connected though, but ontological mathematics says that the universe, the fundamental structure of the universe, is numbers. And that Pythagoras, that's what he meant when he said all is number and the universe is made of numbers. It's because the universe is made up of equations and mathematics. And that's not matter. That's not matter. It's actually numbers and equations. And so with it, and mathematics isn't a man-made construct. It's actually discovered. It's contained within the universe. So it's not something that man made up. And so with ontological mathematics and imaginary numbers and Euler's formula, which contains them, which is zero and infinity, that actually explains where physics breaks down. And because once the physics gets to a black hole, that's where they can't explain anything, and it breaks down. And that's because a black hole is actually something that is outside of time and space. It's dimensionless. It's immaterial. And but the thing is, it is something. It's actually everything, where everything actually came from. So the Big Bang happened. It actually came from a singularity, which actually was everything. So nothing is actually everything as well, and infinity. And that's why when you refer to the domain outside of time and space, the distance between 2 points is zero, as opposed to being outside of time and space, or inside of time and space, the distance between 2 points is greater than zero. So the equations for that are r is greater than zero for the alpha domain, the world in time and space, and then r is equal to zero, uh, which is the world outside of time and space. Immaterial domain, the world of mind that science does not um, include, which gives a false understanding of reality and the nature of reality and everything. So, it is since finding this out, which is the grand unified theory of everything, and it's explained. It is definitely the greatest discovery that of all time, and it will definitely lead humanity to the next level of consciousness and understanding. So, finding the Illuminati, you will definitely find them in that they are in a league of their own, and if you want to, if you want to become one of the Illuminati, if you want to become an illuminatist, someone that is enlightened with the truth, like all you have to do is just accept that the universe is made of numbers and mathematics, and then that will definitely start your journey. So I guess since no one is getting on right now, like uh I'm just gonna stop because I could keep going. I could talk about you know being born, because what right now I'm seeing on TikTok that they are I'm noticing what's happening in the world based on what's happening on TikTok, because it's social consciousness, and there a lot of people are talking about a lot of different things, but one of the things that is being talked about is the GATE program, the Gifted and Talented Education Program. And that's a big thing that people are talking about, because all these people are waking up to being in the GATE program, which was in being in elementary school. And they took you to get hearing tests. They told you it was hearing tests, but it wasn't. And then they made you do like different tests, little pegboard things, and then they made you do the take the tablet and fluoride tablet or whatever it was. But a lot of people are talking about the GATE program, and I can talk about